What it do, people? What it do? About to get this thing underway. Combat Combo, Episode 1. First time getting this new show underway. It's your boy, Wartime. We're about to talk some boxing, man. But while I get ready, get some final little things set up and share some more links around, let's get the intro, let it play on out. Combat Combo, let's get it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Your boy Wartime back at y'all with another show. Combat Convo Community. What it do, everybody? Hope y'all having a. I know for y'all it's like still midday, huh? It's midnight for me. We're past midnight now, 1:16 a.m. But I know it's a whole nother time on the whole other side of the earth. How y'all doing over there? I just wanted to talk a little boxing because tomorrow is a date I can't quite do it, and there's a couple things that I just have to address that I've been seeing and flooding on my phone. Little updates in the boxing world that I got to talk about before we get to the next fight, which we will be calling right here on this station. No matter if you're watching here on Twitch or you're watching on YouTube, either or, you will. We're gonna be calling that fight. We're gonna call the Crawford fight. And we're gonna call some undercard fights too. We just gonna call that card. We're gonna sit here, we're gonna enjoy that shit, and we're gonna have a good time with it. My man COD way up in the motherfucking building. How you doing, bro? How's it going? How's it going? For those who don't know, you can join the Combat Convo community. I'm gonna go ahead and put it right here in the chat. Hit that link. Join the Discord. That's where we'll be sharing all the information we'll be talking about before the show start, so you can get a little bit of a leg up on it, so you can know what to talk about. Come in and bring your own thoughts on anything that you need to that you want to talk about. If you're watching on YouTube, the link is already in the description. But if you're over on Twitch, here it is right there in the comments. Hit that link, join the Combat Combo, and let's get it, man. Let's get it. I guarantee you, you don't want to miss being part of this community because we're about to get deep into boxing. We're going to dive in. And during the shows, when we're doing the Combat Combo, calling the live fights, we'll also be doing the channel points, betting your war bucks on the fights. So, just like we do for all of those who watch the Doghouse League, for every fight, we put in predictions, put the predictions up so you can bet your channel points to see, if you come up on it or not. So you can come up on your channel points also by watching the live fights when we commentate it. So make sure you tune into that. Come up big on some War Bucks. But let's get into some of the things at hand. Things at hand. Don't expect to have a big show, but let me not say that. We're gonna have a big viewership, right? It's gonna it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. Like I said, it's just a spare of the moment. Having to hop on. Probably expect some things around this time, but sometimes boxing news come up sporadically. So sometimes you may expect a show early in the morning, late in the evening, or just at all different random times. Whenever I get some news and it's enough news to go and share, we gonna get on here and we gonna talk about it. That's how we gonna do that. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right. To the matters at hand. Other than the Crawford fight, there's been some other things going down in the boxing world that we must touch up on. One of them being the rematch. Yeah, the rematch. Emmanuel Navarrete, Oscar Valdez rematch planned for December 7th. That's right, that's right. It's planned. So I'm not saying this is 100% guaranteed yet. It says planned in the alert that I had got and reading it. So I'm going to read it out, but it says it's planned for December the 7th in Glendale. It's going to be in Glendale. Let's see, Emmanuel Navarrete. I always have a difficult time with these names, but Navarrete beat Oscar Valdez by unanimous decision in August 2023. But now they're planning to have the rematch scheduled. It says Bob Arum tells Lawrence Pugmire that WBO super featherweight champion Navarrete's mandated rematch with Oscar Valdez will land at Glendale's Desert Diamond Arena on December 7th. So even though it said it's not really set in stone, it sounds like it's going to happen in December. So we might be able to go ahead and mark our calendars. That may be a definite, but like I said, it's not said like it's a definite for sure. So don't want to jump the gun, but we can look that they are going to get that rematch on sometime around December 7th. And we may get that. We may get that. Say the same venue hosted for their first fight and also hosts Jaime Munguia, top ranked debut 3 months prior. Oh, okay, whatever. Navarrete's record 38 wins, 2 losses, 1 draw, 31 wins by KOs. Valdez's record 32 wins, 2 losses, 24 wins by KO. Battle was entertaining and competitive, but quite decisive, with Navarrete just out hustling Valdez down to the stretch despite the apparently aggravating hand injury in the middle rounds. And I'm going to skip through some of this. It's just some blah, 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 yakety smackety. Say, by all accounts, this is the best shot for Valdez. Will get to conquer his foe. That said, it does suck that both men will settle for 2 fights this year. Ooh. Valdez will have been out for 8 months by the time they run it back. But who cares about that? But that's the thing. Valdez, Navarrete, rematch. I don't know about y'all. I'm hyped up to see that one. I like boxing. I like to see motherfuckers throw them hands. I like to see motherfuckers everybody should be able to get a rematch. Definitely if it goes to decision. I'm not saying everybody, but if it goes to a decision, why not, run it back? If he wasn't wiped out completely, you know what I'm saying? But if it's a fighting, it's like, yeah, he probably could. If he learn a couple things on him, he can get his get back. Man, get that rematch. Get it back in there. Let the man get that. But if you get his ass completely whooped, like some matches we've seen in the past, and they give those guys rematches, but some people don't want to get those tough fights rematches. Yeah, but it is what it is. It is what it is. I like to see the rematches if it's a formidable opponent that think probably could do something. But that's one little quick note I wanted to talk on. Like I said, I'm not going to be on here long. Just the first episode. Just hopping on here. A little intro into Combat Convo. Like I said, hit that link. It's already in the chat. If you're watching on YouTube, you go hit the link in the description. Join the Combat Convo community on Discord, where a lot of this news that I'll be saying, plus more, will be spread in there. Another thing, let me see if I can find it here. Let me scroll through. There was another news somewhere where Big Baby Anderson was talking some shit. Let's see if I can find it. Where did I put that at? Here it is. Jared Anderson. Not Jared. What am I talking about? Well, anyway, see if I can pop it up. Give me just a second. Just a second. Just a second. Where it at? Where it at? Where's my news? And it's not trying to show. Ah, that sucks. But anyway, Jared Anderson saying you'd be pretty much saying you'll be a fool not to put your money on him. The big baby said he's gonna knock somebody out crazy. What y'all say about that? What y'all say about that? He's an entertaining fighter. Yeah, he has some flaws. What fighter don't? But I tell you one thing, I love to watch him, and you can bet you're gonna get a nice fight when you see Big Baby hop in that ring. Put your money in your mouth. If he said pretty much calling people, he says you're gonna be stupid if you don't bet on him. If you don't put your money on him, something wrong with you, I guess. But in my eyes, he's gonna win this fight. He's gonna win this fight. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was trying to. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Bet against me and lose. Undefeated. He's not undefeated. Is he undefeated? I don't. Big Jared. Big Baby's undefeated. Hold on. Hold on. Let me go. Maybe I'm not saying something right. Let me just read it how it is. Unbeaten heavyweight contender Jared Anderson is gearing up for one of the most significant fights of his career against Martin Bocol this Saturday. During the recent press event, Anderson confirmed fight promoter Eddie Hearn over a social media comment suggesting that Anderson's bout with Bocol is a 50-50 fight. Martin Bacall. I haven't even. Oh, yeah, I know what it is. I don't see it a 50-50 fight though. But okay, it is. It is what it is. Saying the 50-50 fight that he might lose. The 24-year-old ranked in the top 5 by the WBC, WBO, and WBA challenge turned directly saying, "Don't bet against me. Let's make a wager." Said, put your money where your mouth is, Eddie Hearn. I mean, Big Baby talking big shit. Said Hearn responded, as I've said in the media, you win this fight, you're a real deal. Anderson, confident in his abilities, replied, all right, you're going to find out. It sounds like there's some big talk going on there. Jared Anderson going against Bacall. I mean, it's not the biggest news, but it is big news. I mean, Jared Anderson is no joke. Like I said, he may have some, little flaws, just like all the heavyweights got a flaw. Every boxer has some type of flaw. But Jared Anderson, he's that dude. And he's been showing he's one of those dudes that you need to watch the hell out of for. And he's telling Eddie Hearn and pretty much telling everybody else, you better put your money on Jared Anderson. What will you do? Who will you put your money on? We shall see come Saturday night. For y'all, Saturday night. For me, it'd be Sunday morning, but for y'all, Saturday night. We'll see if Jared Anderson can hold up to the talk that he's saying. I mean, that man confident. That man confident. And like I said, we had the rematch, the Navarrete we talked about real quick. Terrence Crawford, Israel Maldrimov. I can't never get the name right. But that's the main thing we're going to be watching. And yes, I have to fight. I have paid for the fight. I'm going to be calling the fight. And before anybody get to action, I know some folks always say definitely in the boxing shows, like, hey, you're going to be streaming it. Or, I've gotten inboxes about streaming it. I'm not going to stream the fight. I'm not trying to get my channel canceled. But we will call it. We will do the play-by-play calling the fight as it's going on. But Israel Madrimov, Terrence Crawford is going down this week. Just a couple days, man. Just a couple days. It's about to be go down. But it's gonna be a hard one. But anyway, let me read this right here from what happened at the press conference. A video: Terrence Crawford, Israel Madrimov share intense face-off before the fight. Of course, Crawford and Israel Madrimov were all about business during the pre-fight press conference. Just days away from their boxing match in Los Angeles, the fighters stared an intense and stoic face-off ahead of their fight, although both athletes remained respectful during a customary stare down, which is, neither one of them like they're not about that shit. You know what I'm saying? Crawford, he has turned up when it came to stare downs, but it's only because his opponent may have swung at him or said something wrong. Other than that, Crawford is a respectful dude. I mean, he get active when it's time to get active, but I didn't expect because Majimov is not that type of dude either, so I didn't expect him to get like that. The gene was what it do, my motherfucking dog, Bluto 74. What it do, what it do. Just doing some of this. They said Gene been sipping, been sipping. Hey, I ain't sipping nothing but water, man. Water. H2O, high quality. I'm saying hydrated. Bluto, I know you ready for these fights, man. I know you ready for the fights, Bluto. But like I was saying, just reading some of that from the Crawford fight. It was just talking about their pre-fight stare down. Said right, Crawford is the smaller fighter. On paper, he actually looked just as big, if not bigger, than his opponent when they came face to face, which is another thing I always had to tell people this when it was Spence versus Crawford. When they kept talking about Crawford too little and all that stuff. You know, it's I don't see where people's minds say just because he came up from lighter weight class doesn't mean that's what he walks around at all the time. Even moving up to the middle, whatever they want to call it, super welterweight. Say, yo, bro, how you been? Hey, what a dude, Demon. Where the fuck you been at, man? How you doing, bro? How you doing, man? Hey, shoot me something in I guess Twitch call it the whisper or whatever. Shoot me something. Let me know how you been, dog. Let me know how you been. But yeah, I'm just sitting here. This is the first episode of Combat Convo. If you want to join the community where we're sharing these news, everything I'm reading is stuff that I shared in the community already, and others you can share. Anybody else that's in the community can share news that gets talked about here on the show. There's the link in the chat to the Discord for the Combat Combo community where we're going to talk all about boxing. We're going to watch live shows. We're going to get it going. We're going to keep it popping. Bluto with that goddamn emotes flying all over the fucking page. What it do? What it do? Man, I appreciate y'all stopping in, showing the love here on the first Combat Combo community show. Man, goddamn, all the emotes going crazy, man. Man, you're gonna fire my screen up, man. My screen gonna catch fire, man. But like I was saying, when they were talking about Crawford being, well, how people think he's too small, what I was getting at is, I've seen this man live, in person, just walking the streets, because we from the same town. He is not a small guy. Yeah, I think about it. The weight class he was fighting at welterweight. He had to drop weight just to make welterweight. Everybody was making a big deal about how Spence was weight drained because he had to drop so much weight. Crawford had to drop a lot of weight too. He walks around heavier, even heavier than the 154 weight class. So I don't know. It's just surprising me how so many people think it's so surprising that he's so much bigger than his opponents, even moving up a weight class. But just share that fact with y'all. So if you don't know that fact, now you know. He drops a lot of weight to make those lower weight classes. So he's a big boy too. It said while it was Crawford who was moved up in weight to challenge Madrimov WBA super welterweight title, it's Bud who sits as the overwhelming favorite to win. Odds on the Crawford are at 7-1. And I'm putting money on this fight, but the only way to make some money is the over-under. For me over here, I know certain sites is different. God damn, Bluto with all the emotes hyping it up. That's what I'm talking about. My motherfucking dog, Bluto. Big dog, Bluto, from over at the dog house. But they said I got Crawford 7-1. At least from the sites that I'm on, I know it's different. Some other sites have different little things you can bet. But the site I'm on, the only thing I can make money on is the over-under. And the over-under is round 10. I believe Crawford will get him out of there before round 10. So I'm betting on under round 10, Crawford win by KO. But just to win the straight up bet, win-loss, you ain't going to make no money off it unless you betting Madrimov and Madrimov pull out a win. Crawford 410, see, That's what I'm saying. My dog Blue don't know. See, we here. We here. We commentate. We spectate fights all the time. We know how to read this shit. We know how to read this shit. But that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. But there's the odds 7-1 on Crawford, so you ain't making much money if you just bet the straight up bet for him to win. You have to bet, the other little angles. Mini Ring Crawford as a top pound for pound boxer in the world with the perfect 40-0 record, which includes his one-sided dribbling or drubbling, however they spelt it, of Earl Spence Jr. in his last outing back in July 2023, a year ago. Now, over a year later, Crawford returns in hopes to add another belt to his growing collection. As for Madrimov, 29 years old, the fighter comes into the match with the less experience than Crawford, with only 10-0 and 10-0-1 record on his career, which is also one of those things that's kind of like, yeah, his pro career has been kind of short because I've seen somebody say something about that, how his pro career is real short. But if you gotta look, if you've really been following Madrimov for a while, you know why this is such a good matchup. Not such a, I mean, it is a good matchup. I mean, Madrimov is not a weak dude. It's not like Crawford is gonna be able to easily handle him. But the thing is, Madrimov is also not as inexperienced as some are saying. He has an extensive amateur career. So he stayed stayed doing his thing in amateurs for quite a while before he came into the pro. So not like he's just only had those 10 fights in a very short amateur career. He had a very extensive amateur career. Hey, there's a lot you got to salute behind that man. He's been doing his thing, plenty of awards, plenty of medals, and now he's walking around as a champion. You can't underestimate him. He's athletic, just like Crawford is athletic. You see how the man was doing in the press conference. The workout, the media workout. He doing backflips in the ring and shit. And, Crawford is also very athletic. Even his sons and daughters winning medals in wrestling and track and field and stuff. They're both super athletic. Madrimov also a switch hitter. Some people don't think about that and forget to mention that Madrimov also a switch hitter, so they both had the ability to switch and put some things. And here's one thing: Madrimov has the tools to fight against a southpaw. So if Bud is in the southpaw stance, Madrimov is good with that hook. He got a mean left hook. If Bud is in orthodox, Madrimov, he's good. He's good with it. That's what I'm saying. All I'm saying, Madrimov good with it. Who I think will win, of course, Crawford's gonna pull it out. I say by KO, but it could be a decision. Either way, Crawford beats Madrimov. Madrimov may knock him down one time because he's the tough dude and he has a lot of tools in the pocket. But I got Crawford to win it, and that's just how I see it. That's how I see it. Crawford win it, but it's gonna be a good fight. Madrimov may even give him a harder challenge than Errol Spence did, being that he's just as athletic. Errol Spence was pretty straightforward, walked you down, didn't have a lot of tools in the bag. Madrimov has the tools to propose himself as a better challenge, but Crawford, the IQ is insane. The defense, if he wants to keep the defense up, is insane. And the man just has that dog. He has that switch. You notice in several fights, he just switches when he wants to and just take you out of there. So it's going to be a good fight. Madrimov Crawford, like I said, we're calling the fight right here on this motherfucking station. Be sure to be there. It's going to be on and popping. Like I was saying earlier, if you wasn't tuned in early enough to catch me saying it, stumbling my word, we will also be having predictions here during the live when we're calling the fight. So you can use your channel points and see if you calling it, making your bets correctly. Another way to come up on your war bucks on your channel points. Because we're going to put the predictions up, let you call, see what you think. So can you come up on war bucks also? It's going to be on. We're going to have a fun time. It's going to be lit. Calling this Crawford Madrimov fight. It's going down. It's going down. And all the other pre-fights. Andy Ruiz, that's another one. Let me get that one off the screen. The Andy Ruiz fight, man. let's call back on this card. Let me say the full card. Let me pull it up. Let me pull it up real quick. Cause I don't think everybody's really noticing how stacked this card is, man. This card, this is like the most stacked card we've had in U.S. boxing history. Cause a lot of the big stack cards was like in other countries. In the U.S., it's the most stacked card we had in a while. Um, all right, to start the show off, man, Almeyev versus Bullock. That's gonna be this one, the first undercard, right? Then we got Andy Cruz, Antonio Moran. Man, that's gonna be a fucking banger. Both of those guys, I like some of the stuff that I've seen from them before, and they're coming up, and they got to be on this card. David Morrell. We know anybody who knows boxing, who has watched boxing for real, know who David Morrell is. Going against Kalajic, 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 hard ass name to say, but they're going to be going at it. Getting to the heart, the even harder one. Isaac Pitbull Cruz versus Jose Villazuela. Another match is going to be fire. It's going to be a fire matchup. Isaac Pitbull Cruz, think of it. I'm just going to call him Jose V. Jose V has the same style as another fighter Pitbull Cruz kind of struggled with. The taller guy with that reach. I mean, and he fights a lot like, I mean, I don't want to be a spoiler or nothing. Ain't no way I can spoil it, but look for Pitbull Cruz to have a big challenge. I got Isaac Cruz to win that one because Pitbull Cruz he's on a roll right now. He's on a rampage, and he wants to prove by all means necessary that he can get that rematch. He deserves that rematch against Tank. But also, Jose V can upset him. I believe he has what it takes. If anybody else has what it takes, it'll be Jose V to end up pulling it out and upsetting Pitbull Cruz if he can use his tools right. And he's a bad boy. He's a bad boy, man. He's a bad man. You don't want to underestimate him. But that's what's going down. Jared Anderson, that's what we were saying before. Big Baby Anderson versus Martin Bacol. That's going to be another big banger. Then, also, Andy Ruiz. We wasn't talking about that. Andy Ruiz and Gerald Miller. And remember, Gerald Miller sat back for Andy Ruiz to be able to fight the time when he did win the championship. Remember, Jarrell had to pull. I can't remember the reasons why. What was the reason? If anybody remember, hit me up, let me know, or join the Combat Convo community and put it in there like, hey, this was that reason, man. Wake up. But I just remember Jarrell Miller had to, pretty much step to the side while Andy Ruiz was elevated into that number one spot to face against. I'm forgetting all the names today. What the hell is wrong with me, man? The former champion, Anthony Joshua. When Ruiz went against Joshua, that was actually Jarrell Miller's spot. But Ruiz ended up getting the spot and winning the championship. Of course, he lost it back to Anthony Joshua. He wasn't conditioning right and all that stuff. But now they're both on the run to get up there for a title shot. So that's going to be a fire-ass match on this card. Also, Andy Ruiz, Jarrell Miller, banger. And, of course, the main event, Terrence Bud Crawford, Israel Majamov. Man, this is going to be a card, man. This is going to be a fun card to call. It's going to be straight action. Straight up action. I mean, it don't get no better than this card. This may be the best card this year. Might just be the best. I mean, I'm willing to put my. Nah, let me not say it because somebody gonna try to call me like, yeah, you say you're gonna put some money bet on it. But is that good where I'm that close to where I would put my money where my mouth is and would bet somebody that this will be the best card you'll see the rest of this year. Dead serious. Not just one or two fights. I'm talking about the full card. Let's say that again. About to me and calling and reading these names, but Amayev and Bullock. Andy Cruz versus Antonio Moran. David Morrell versus Kalajic. I cannot say these names, man. But Isaac Pitbull Cruz versus Jose V. Jared Anderson, Martin Bacall, Andy Ruiz, Jarrell Miller, Terrence Crawford versus Matchball. I mean, come on. Name a better card that we've had already or a better card coming soon this year. I mean, let me know. Tell me. I think this is going to be the best card there is. But like I said, I just wanted to get on real quick to have a quick convo. Today, you just got me, myself. Sometimes you never know who's going to be on here as a special guest. Me and my boy Bluto. Bluto is supposed to usually be on here with me, but I just decided to hop on and spare the moment. So I didn't even let nobody know. But we got others that can be here too. I got one of my brothers who like to talk boxing. He likes to talk MMA. That's another thing we'll be talking about at Combat Convo. Join the Discord, and so you can get in there. And if you don't see it, and let me put it back in the chat again. If you don't know, now you know. Let me see. Exclamation mark CCC. Combat Convo Community. There's the link right there. Join that Discord. That's where all the action going to be, and that's also where you can voice yourself. There'll be times where I have the show going, and I'll let the community go ahead and join in here. You can join in vocally or with your camera, and we'll have it right here on the screen. Or if you're just doing vocally, where everybody can hear, you can. That's your way of calling into the show and express your thoughts and concerns about anything going on in boxing or whatever the topic is we'll be talking about that day. You'll know the topic because you'll be there in the community if you join that Discord. So hop on in that Discord so you can be on the show, or you can be up to date with the topics we're talking about. You never know, you might have some news that we don't catch. You can share in there. So make sure you join the Combat Convo. Man, get in the game, man. Get in the game. We're gonna have to keep this going. We're gonna blow this shit until there's no more fights to call. Which that ain't happening. Boxing's back up on the rise. MMA's on been doing this thing for years, so there's always some combat to be talking about. But yeah, like I said, I'm your boy Wartime. There's gonna be other shows with my other bros joining me here on the Combat Convo. We're gonna talk about boxing, MMA. I don't care if there's a good wrestling card. We might even call some wrestling sometimes. But we're gonna get it all. We're gonna have fun, build up the community, and also the merch will be coming soon for also the Combat Convo. I'm your boy Wartime. Combat Convo community. Let's get it. Yes, sir.